let's understand that with our special guest on the show today. We are being joined by Karthik Kumar, who is a fund manager at Axis Mutual Fund. Hi Karthik, a very good afternoon and thank you so much for our time. Karthik, the big question remains that when is this selling going to stop? What are the factors that are leading to such kind of a selling pressure in the Indian markets? Because like Anisha was just highlighting, the pain in the broader market is much worse. We just can't look at the index underperformance that we have seen, or rather the portfolio drawdown is way too much. So Karthik, what do you make of the selling and when do you expect the selling to actually halt?
Firstly, thanks for having me. I think the market's been volatile for a couple of reasons. First is macro uncertainty, largely emanating from policy uncertainty in the West, and thereby dollar has been rallying, and as a result, we've seen FI outflow as well. So that's the first part of the equation. The second part is the second part has been that our companies are coming out with earnings, and so far that earnings season and the earnings results have been a bit subdued, and this is the third consecutive quarter of earnings being subdued. And if this continues, then we will see earnings cuts for the current financial year and the subsequent financial year. And those are the three. Those are the things that are primarily kind of worrying markets, I would think. But if you look at it from a style perspective, essentially what's happened is stocks growth as a style, or for that matter, momentum as a style, has been underperforming, whereas low volatility stocks and value as a style have been doing well. Even within value, it's actually not less of cheaper stocks doing well, but more of the costlier stocks underperforming.
Yeah, sure. We understand the reason and the fact that, of course, that value has been doing better than growth. But is there a structural shift now? Would you tilt your portfolio towards value versus growth? And what would cause a reversal in the market momentum now?
So I think it's too early to make that call. But with regards to what would change the market momentum, we've got three large events lined up over the next 10, 12 days, going from budget to monetary policy in the West and domestic monetary RBI policy as well, which I think all three of them together would set the stage for the next few months.
Karthik, but given the selling pressure, which are the sectors where you find value at this point in time, and looking at the earnings growth trajectory as well, which sectors would you like to be betting on?
Okay. In terms of earnings, effectively what we are seeing is we are still seeing earnings continue to be strong in tech and healthcare, whereas consumer staple space and commodity space in general are seeing negative earnings revisions. And so those are largely the spaces that I can identify in terms of just the earnings momentum being strong one way or the other. And so we are positioned accordingly, where I'm overweight healthcare stocks, I'm overweight selective consumer discretionary stocks from a bottom basis, and we are underweight metals, energy, and staple names in general.
Point taken, but by and large, what are you doing with the portfolio in terms of the allocations? Because the guys are the ones pumping money. Are you putting money to work in similar styles, similar stocks, and just deepening your exposure, or are you looking at some fresh names? What are you doing with your portfolio right now?
It's a mix of both, honestly. Ones where we have conviction on and where we get better prices, then we might be inclined to increase our positions. And at the same time, look for newer avenues as the general macro environment keeps changing, and so look at things in given the newer set of information as well. So it's not either or. It's more a mix of both these strategies.
But Karthik, what I see in some of the key themes that you are driving, be it renewables, be it defense and EMS space, there the valuations have been a little bit concerning. Not concerning, we can say, but if we go back like into to the past 2 to 3 months, then the valuations were really stretched, as some of the experts believe. But given the correction now, do you believe that it may be a good time to add more exposure to it, or are you adding more exposure to any of these three key themes?
Okay, so we still continue to remain bullish on most of the themes that you mentioned, because the earnings outlook still continues to remain decent in all the three spaces. While we may selectively see earnings revisions, but largely across the three areas, earnings revisions and earnings outlook continues to remain strong. So we would still hold on to the themes that you mentioned.
Okay, point taken. On that note, Karthik, we'll let you go. Appreciate you making time and speaking with us today. So that's the latest coming in from the Axis Mutual Fund.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.